of today's meeting is to report back to you, our stakeholders and our funders, to let you know how the investments that you have made in the WBDC has turned into successes for our clients, to let you know about the financial stability of our organizations and that we are good stewards of your investment, and to let you know what we have in store in the future. You'll hear today from the chairman of our board of directors, our CEO and president, some of our program directors, as well as our clients. There will be an opportunity to turn in questions anytime during the course of this meeting. Please submit them according to the directions that were included in the email with the instructions of how to log on. Additionally, if you have any technical difficulties, there were numbers there to call. So we will do our best today to answer as many questions as we can, but we're going to be understanding about the time constraints that we have, and therefore if we're not able to answer all the questions, we will post them on the website along with this video at a later date. So let's get on with the show. I have the great pleasure now of introducing Debra Jennings Johnson. Debra is the Supplier Diversity Director for BP America, a position that she has held since 1999. She has been with our board since 1998 and today is our president. So without further ado, let me introduce Debra.
I'd like to thank each of you for participating in today's meeting. This is an important meeting where we want to better inform and educate our funders and partners on the work that the WBDC is doing. I, like so many of the board members, officers, and staff, am committed to parity of women in the marketplace. My career and civic engagements have been dedicated to that end. I'm proud to share with you that BP has invested more in America than any other energy company and was one of the first companies that worked to establish the Minority and Women's Business Initiative in Chicago. As Director of Supplier Diversity for BP America, I get the benefit of working for a company that's dedicated to diversity, and I get to work with a lot of talented women business owners that are included in our supply chain. In addition to my service on the board of the WBDC, I actively serve on governing bodies for the Women's Business Enterprise National Council and the National Minority Supplier Development Council. From time to time, I get invited to serve on many nonprofit boards, and I do use certain screening criteria. That is whether the organization is skilled, has skilled officers and staff, and whether the organization is dedicated to programs that are positive and sustainable for individuals and society. I am pleased to say that the WBDC continues to surpass my personal expectations. The WBDC is more vital than ever now. Between 1997 and 2013, the growth of businesses has increased by 41%, while the growth of women-owned businesses is up by 59%. The 8.6 million women businesses generate 1.6 trillion in revenue and employ 7.8 million people. The WBDC has delivered programs and services to over 72,000 entrepreneurs in its 28-year history and made a significant impact on government, corporate policies, and increased awareness of economic impact for women business owners. The WBDC has taken a leadership role in establishing supplier diversity goals and business opportunity programs. The bottom line is in the purchasing decisions you see with the county, the state, and the city and federal governments, as well as with many of our corporations, particularly in Illinois. Our board is diverse. Among the members are an array of women entrepreneurs, leaders in the corporate Chicago and throughout the 9-state region. Many of our board members are prominent in their field, and each brings a unique talent, experience, and resources to the table. They represent various industries such as energy, technology, banking, law firms, universities, just to name a few. The board members all volunteer to serve on committees like the Development Committee that helped bring you this inaugural meeting for our stakeholders. My fellow board members share my commitment to diligent oversight and fulfillment of the Women's Business Development Center mission and strategic plan to enhance the relevance of the Women's Business Development Center programs and services and preserve the financial health and stability. The board has been pleased with the WBDC fiscal responsibility, diversified funding, and strategic use of revenues. While the WBDC has had an impressive history, it is positioning itself for a more impactful future. As we strive to expand our base of women economic empowerment, we need powerful leadership, not just from the board, but also from the management. The legendary duo Hetty Ratner and Carol Dougal launched the WBDC in 1986 and led it for 27 years. When they opted to step down as co-president in August of 2013, we placed Amelia Domingo at the helm, and it was a smart and seamless transition. Amelia has been on our board since 2006 and joined the WBDC as Chief Operating Officer in 2010. Amelia embodies the unwavering commitment of Hetty and Carol to leveling the playing field for women entrepreneurs. It is now my pleasure to introduce the President and CEO of the WBDC, Amelia Domingo.
Thank you, Debra. Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to host our inaugural stakeholders meeting for those who make the delivery of our programs and services to many startup, emerging, and established businesses possible. As you know, we are an economic development organization with the mission of supporting the economic independence of women through entrepreneurship. What we do is create jobs, fuel economic growth, and build strong communities. When that happens, as we all know, we all win. We win together. Since its inception, the WBDC has served over 70,000 women-owned business owners, approximately 3,000 per year. Half of those are startup and emerging, and the other half are established businesses. What makes the WBDC stand out among other economic development organizations is the comprehensiveness of our programs and services, as well as particular programs we offer, such as the WBE certification program, our Childcare business program, our Entrepreneurship program, our Access to Capital program, and our e-learning curriculum. The fact that we offer all of our programs and services in Spanish and in English also differentiates us. You know, we counsel our clients to be fiscally responsible and accountable. The WBDC itself is a small business, and we are holding ourselves accountable to you, our fundraisers, our funders, and our stakeholders. So today, we are presenting to you the highlights of our financial performance over the last 3 years and our forecast for fiscal year 2014, which ends June 30th. So, let's review some of our income statement and balance sheet highlights. The WBDC has experienced, on average, an annual revenue growth of 8% over the last few years. The grant funding for our expanded loan program contributed 3 percentage points to that growth. Also contributing to revenue was growth in funding for specific new programs. Those programs were the expansion of our established business program, the establishment of a women's veterans program, the development of an e-learning curriculum that enables ongoing on-demand learning opportunities, and growth in our WeBank certification program. WeBank, as most of you know, is the acronym for the Women's Business Enterprise National Council, our national certifying organization, which our two founders helped form in the mid-90s. There are 14 of us in the United States, and we are the largest of the 14 regional partner organizations, certifying in 9 states. In June 2013, we had the privilege of hosting WeBank's annual conference in our region, which greatly increased the WBDC's revenue distribution from WeBank, both in fiscal year 2013 and in the current fiscal year. We thank those sponsors that are with us today that supported that great event in our region. As you can see from this chart, the WBDC is well diversified in its funding. Over 80% of its funding comes from 3 categories of donors: corporations and foundations, WeBank and related certification fees, and government grants. In years without loan grants, funding from these 3 sources exceeds 90% of overall revenues. The significant increases in loan grants came during our recent deep recession. During the severe credit crunch, the state of Illinois' Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity stepped up, and then the city of Chicago quickly followed suit. As a result, the WBDC had some lending dollars to assist our clients during these tough economic times. The WBDC has been supported for a very long time by the City of Chicago, the County of Cook, the State of Illinois' Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and the Small Business Administration's Office of Women's Business Ownership. We are part of the Chicago Microlending Institute. We are a small business development center, a procurement technical assistance center, and a women's business center. As noted earlier, in fiscal year 2013 and the current fiscal year, we received significantly more revenues from WeBank as a result of hosting the June 2013 annual conference in our region. And while that had a positive impact on our WeBank distribution, it also had a negative impact on our own Entrepreneurial Women's Conference, which was held in September 2013, just 3 months after WeBank's annual conference in Minneapolis. Hosting WeBank resulted in a sponsorship drop for our event due to our funders' budget constraints for overall event sponsorship. This impact on our revenues from corporations was roughly around $200,000, as you can see from the forecast for revenues for fiscal year 2014 in the category of corporations and foundations compared to fiscal year 2013. The overall revenue forecast we are presenting to you today, even with reduced revenues from our September 2013 conference, is the highest in the WBDC's history. We believe with the program proposals we have outstanding and with the commitments we expect to receive by fiscal year in 2014, we will be able, by the end of June, to close or significantly narrow the roughly $200,000 difference in our forecast being presented to you today between corporate funding year over year caused by lower sponsorships for our 2013 conference. So let's move on to expenses. The WBDC has done a good job in ensuring that money is spent on direct client programs and services. As you can see from this chart, in 2013, it moved up to 81% of our funding went to direct services, to provide services to women business owners. And the forecast is 82% for fiscal year 2014. Management and general costs have been managed well and have been reduced as a percentage of total expenses. All staff at the WBDC are dedicated in some way to providing programs and services to our clients, including me. Fundraising expenses have been maintained at 6% on average. Total expenses on average have grown at an annual rate of 4%, while revenues have increased on average at 8%, 5% excluding the growth in the loan fund. Now let's look at our financial condition. The financial condition of the WBDC is good. We have no borrowed debt. The growth in assets is primarily attributable to the significant growth in our loan fund. The only other points of significance on our balance sheet are that the leadership transition, with our founders stepping aside, resulted in a manageable increase in liabilities and decrease in unrestricted assets. Additionally, with the emphasis on specific program funding from our supporters, you will notice on the chart the increase in restricted assets for programs from $285,000 in 2011 to $851,000 expected at fiscal year end, June 30th, 2014. As we perform against these grants through the committed deliverables we promised you, this funding becomes available to us at the WBDC. So what does all of this mean? It means with your funding in the last fiscal year, we were able to serve 3,300 clients, hold 238 workshops, provide counseling to 2,203 clients, certify 1,441 WBEs, and process a lot more files, and help secure $7.6 million in debt and equity. Also, and very importantly, our clients won $34 million in contracts. With your support, the WBDC helped create or retain 608 jobs, start 26 new businesses, and grow hundreds of established businesses. Now comes the best part for today. You're going to hear from some of our program directors and our clients. See you soon.
At this time, I would like to introduce Janice Lopez. Janice is the director of our Women's Business Center, and we'll talk a little bit about the program she's responsible for and her client. Janice?
Thank you, Georgia. As Georgia noted, I am the director of the Women's Business Center through the U.S. Small Business Administration's Office of Women's Business Ownership, where we provide an array of comprehensive services targeted to women entrepreneurs throughout the Chicagoland area, both in English and Spanish. Additionally, I oversee the Latina Business Program and the Early Childhood Education Entrepreneurship Program. Today, I will speak to the Early Childhood Education Entrepreneurship Program. The program, formerly known as the Childcare Business Program, was started to fill a gap in the market and in our communities, as many organizations focus on delivering programming to childcare providers that address child development. There was never a focus on the business management side. Since 1998, the WBDC has been delivering business development training and counseling tailored to women in the childcare industry. We empower these women to see themselves as entrepreneurs and help them to build a solid foundation to launch and expand their businesses. Through our 10-week Developing Your Childcare Business series, one-on-one counseling, and our new high-level financial management training series, childcare providers are able to increase their business and financial acumen. With a national spotlight on quality childhood education programs, providers need to have the necessary tools to make sound decisions in order to implement these programs. The services and programs offered by the WBDC not only impact these small business owners, but they directly impact the children in our communities. The better equipped these women are, the more access our communities will have to quality and affordable childcare, making it more accessible for working parents as our economy bounces back. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to our dear client, Josephine Garrett, whom with your support has been able to gain access to information, contacts, and capital to launch her business.
Thank you, Janice. My name is Josephine Garrett. I'm a proud child care center business owner named Learning for a Lifetime in Chicago's South Loop downtown area. With the help of the WBDC, I was able to obtain resources and many assets to take my business from idea to existence. I began the journey with the WBDC by initially attending the Childcare Business Expo back in 2010. With that opportunity, I was able to gain so many opportunities and resources to build on my future business. The event was very resourceful. The energy, the excitement fueled my desire to continue on with the many opportunities at the WBDC. Plus then I began the Developing Your Childcare Business Plan workshop. That 10-week workshop created the opportunity for me to build my business plan from start to finish. Upon gaining that business plan, I was able to take a very important tool onto financial institutions and other industries to create my business. Each counseling session at the WBDC also allowed me to analyze my business plan, critique it, and perfect it so my business could be a success. When I found the WBDC, I was unaware of all the opportunities that existed, but as I built a relationship, I knew this organization was very passionate about helping individuals become successful. I gained knowledge, confidence, organizational skills, and priceless resources to assist in what I now call my own business. I have recently been chosen as the 2014 Fast Track Childcare Business Recipient. I'm very honored to receive this award, and I owe all to the WBDC for making this possible. They've given me the recognition, the confidence, and all the resources to be an even greater entrepreneur. Today I feel unstoppable, and with the continuous support from the WBDC, I have the desire to expand my business to my second center within the next year and possibly venturing into franchising opportunity. Today I truly appreciate being able to formally thank the WBDC and you for your support. Thank you.
And thank you so much, Josephine. We are indeed fortunate to have such great clients. And as we all know, good, affordable, safe, quality childcare is the foundation for working parents and for single parents to be able to go out and go to work and open up businesses. I'd now like to introduce another one of our directors, Nicole Mandeville, who is the director of our Women Entrepreneurship Program.
I am the director of the Women's Entrepreneurship Program, and I am a veteran myself. The Women's Entrepreneurship Program exists because there is a direct parallel between the experiences we've gained in the military and entrepreneurship. As a product of a veteran-owned business household, I know firsthand how the experiences that we gained in the military translate to business ownership. My father was a great example of that. Through the programming here at the WBDC, we provide women with the opportunity to become economically independent by exploring self-employment and business ownership as a means to become self-sufficient, all while providing them with access to other veteran resources. The program delivers customized business development training, technical assistance, mentoring, and direct lending for women veterans. In collaboration with the Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs, we direct women veterans to social services and benefits to meet their needs. Based on extensive market research, the WBDC found that programs targeted at women veterans and entrepreneurship did not exist locally, but only in New York. The WBDC's program is the only one in our Midwest service area offering entrepreneurial training and social services focused on women veterans. We have guided women veterans through the process of government contract assistance, access to capital, and have been a sounding board for business concepts. The need is great, and we will continue to meet that need. It is my honor to highlight that Kanie O'Neill, our very own program participant, has been recently inducted into the 2014 SBA's Emerging Leaders class.
Hi, my name is Kanie O'Neill. I'm a United States Navy veteran and a 100% service-disabled veteran. I also hold an advanced degree from Northwestern, and I'm a certified project manager. I'm also the president and owner of O'Neill Contractors, which is a general contracting company that specializes in roofing. We're located in Des Plaines, Illinois, and we've been in business since 2007. It seems appropriate to start off with if only. If only I had known about this program from my company's inception, we would be so much further along than we are today. All the resources you need to grow your business are right here at the Women's Business Development Center for your taking. For me, personally, I would like to thank you, the funders, and the WBDC for offering a program for women veterans. I find this program to be highly beneficial. As a quadriplegic, it can be very isolating as one of the few women in the VA system. Add that to operating a woman-owned construction company, which is still considered to be a man's world, can be very off-putting. From a peer standpoint, I find this program to be very valuable. My peers are quick to offer constructive criticism, atta-girls, advice, assistance, networking, and most importantly, a soundboard for ideas is invaluable. The group has been so motivating to be a part of that I feel compelled to share with you the value that I have received from my participation. Everyone here knows the number of hours we spend putting into our businesses. This class provides a fixed time to set aside every week to work on my business rather than in my business. Nicole Mandeville, our instructor, is very engaging. Her enthusiasm and passion is contagious, and she has made herself completely available to us. Being around my fellow women veterans is inspirational and empowering. We have fun in class, we learn, and we laugh a lot too. There are many other aspects of the Women Business Development Center that I appreciate. Networking opportunities, resources, training, workshops, but the veterans group is what I value most. I have some ambitious plans for growth. I have a foothold in the Pacific Northwest and a fledgling start here in the Midwest where I'm headquartered. I plan to expand my federal presence in 3 locations, the Midwest, the Northwest, and the Southwest. I'd like to become a successful bidder on IDIQs in each of these areas, and my second growth strategy is to develop a relationship with one large commercial company in each of these markets. Last year, my revenue was around $1 million. This year, I'm on track to at least double that. In 5 years, I'd like to be self-performing 100% of my roofing projects with a revenue goal of $5 million annually within the next 5 years. Thank you for your generous support in keeping the WBDC going and growing. I feel that this program is critical for the underserved women veterans population, and I urge you to continue funding, and if anything, provide more funding so that us veterans can have the best program possible. Thank you.
The WBDC is very proud of this program, proud of our collaboration with the Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs and our ability to make a difference for this important group. I'd now like to introduce another one of our program directors, Charnel Curtis Martin. Charnel is the director of our Access to Capital program. Charnel?
Thank you, Georgia. One of the primary reasons businesses fail to launch or expand is because they don't have access to capital. Access to capital programs like ours at the Women's Business Development Center meet a crucial community need. Over 60% of our loans are made in low to moderate income communities. Microlending and small business lending are the 2 major activities of our program. As a result of our partnerships with the City of Chicago's Microlending Institute and through a generous grant from the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, our Access to Capital program helps new business owners to launch their business and existing business owners expand their businesses and pursue new opportunities. But our program encompasses much more. We lend when traditional lending organizations don't, and our goal is to not only provide capital, but also deliver those much-needed supportive services to position our clients to eventually become bank-ready. This is just one of the things that makes the WBDC unique. Other entities lend, but our lending comes with important strings requiring our clients to check in with us periodically in order to ensure that we remain on the same page. In the past fiscal year, the WBDC has provided nearly $500,000 in direct lending to nearly 40 businesses. We also helped women and minority business owners secure approximately $3.2 million in financing from banks and investors. Our direct lending program has also facilitated growth for all types of business entities, ranging from insurance to e-commerce. Linda Corshey's business, The Art of Athletics, is one of those businesses. Ms. Corshey went through the WBDC's Entrepreneurial Training Series Fast Track in 2011 and was awarded a CMI loan. The Art of Athletics opened in August 2013, and this internet-based business provides stylish, active, and athletic apparel for women. Please join me as I welcome Ms. Linda Corshi.
Thank you, Chanel, and thank you for having me here. I was born and raised in Ghana, and as a little girl, I always dreamed of this country laced in gold and candy strewn on the streets, literally. I watched my mother and the neighborhood mothers, always busy with entrepreneurial, even if it meant placing a small kitchen table by the street in front of their homes to sell goods. I grew up with the same entrepreneurial spirit, plus the desire to be and feel more refined and have more control over my destiny. I migrated to the United States in 1996, put myself through community college at Harold Washington, then to DePaul University, and eventually had earned my master's at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business. My desire to be a refined, articulate woman, to me, meant I had to be and excel in corporate America. Today, I am holding my own in corporate America, but my innate desire has always been to have control over my life and my destiny, and to utilize the hunger, drive, and passion of my entrepreneurial spirit to own my own business. I planned out of athletics for 2 years and launched in August of 2013. My business markets a small line of activewear to women, and at the moment, solely online based. I was able to get this venture off the ground and did it so effortlessly, mainly because of the support and guidance of the WBDC. In 2011, I happened upon the WBDC website by chance, and since that day, my every move has been supported, guided, and nurtured by this organization. Meg Herman recommended I take the 12-week Fast Track program, which opened my eyes to the competitive landscape in my business, plus I was able to complete my business plan by the end of its 12 weeks. This organization has put me squarely in contact with like-minded women, and since then, these women and the WBDC have been the sounding board for my business and its founding. Even when the Oakland Athletics threatened to take away my business name, yes, the Oakland A's. I poured all of my personal savings into this venture. Coincidentally, when it came to the point when I didn't have anything else left to invest into it, I turned to the WBDC and they came through again, with a small business loan to help me with business website development, photo shoot, cash flow needs, and most importantly, that security blanket that gave me the opportunity to help market my brand. What is next for me? I would like to grow out of athletics. My hope is to find a business partner or investor to financially help me take this very small company to the next level. But today, I would like to thank the WBDC for creating such an amazing support system, and also to thank everyone who has helped sustain it, because without you, I will not be here today. Thank you.
I'd now like to introduce another one of my colleagues, the director of our Small Business Development Center and our Established Women Business Program, Cynthia Johnson.
Thank you, Georgia, for that warm introduction. Good afternoon. I've been affiliated with the Women's Business Development Center since I met the co-founders, Hetty Ratner and Carol Dougal, in 1986. At the time, I was an early-stage entrepreneur, and I recognized that I needed more technical business development skills, I needed contacts, and I needed resources to help me grow my business. And the Women's Business Development Center was just exactly what I needed at the time. I understood as a business owner that becoming certified as a woman business enterprise would be a marketing tool that I could use to grow my business through access of contracts with major corporations. Once certified, I was able to become more involved with the WBDC, and I remained on their board of directors for 15 years. Fast forward, after 30 years of entrepreneurial success, in 2009, I made a transition to the WBDC to lead their established business program, as well as I became the Small Business Development Center Director, managing the grant that we have with the Illinois Department of Economic Opportunity and the SBA. In my role as the Established Business Director, which I will be focusing on today, I actually have two groups of stakeholders. One, our corporate partners, who without their generous support, we would not be able to implement and execute our programs specifically designed for established business owners. The second group of stakeholders are our WBEs, those certified women who come to us for assistance to help them be able to compete for contracts with our corporate partners. Our established business owners rely on us for access to capital, access to contracts, and access to contacts. Our strategic goal at the WBDC for serving the established business sector is to expand and elevate the curriculum and services to increase the economic impact in our regional major markets. We accomplish this through counseling, capacity building workshops, seminars, and matchmakers with our corporate partners to help our established business owners develop the skills and the capabilities they need to, one, increase their financial acumen, two, build their capacity to win corporate and government contracts, three, most importantly, sustain profitable growth. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Margaret Clinsport, the Director of the Supplier Diversity Program at Allstate Insurance. Margaret's approach to supplier diversity is both innovative and excellent. It's synonymous with those two descriptors. Margaret is passionately committed to ensuring that diverse suppliers have the opportunity to provide their products and services to Allstate. Margaret and her team lead the annual Allstate Supplier Diversity Exchange, matchmaker events, and the Supplier Diversity Mentoring Program to educate women business owners about best practices to deliver outstanding value to corporations. Margaret?
Thank you, Cynthia, for that very kind introduction. Just a little bit about Allstate. We've been in business since 1931, and all that time we've proudly been headquartered here in Chicago. We provide products and services to over 16 million households. We're number 89 on the Fortune 500 list of America's largest companies. We have 30,000 employees. 32% of those employees are minority, 59% are women. In addition to our base of Allstate employees, we also have 10,000 Allstate agency owners located throughout the country. And of our agency owners, 13% also happen to be women. Allstate, throughout its 80-year history, has been a proud supporter of a diverse and inclusive society. As to the specifics to our work in supplier diversity, we revitalized our program in 2003. And since that time, our spend with the diverse business community has gone from $150 million to $406 million. So there's a few factors that have very much driven that growth. First of all, it is our exceptional Chief Procurement Officer, Cheryl Harris. Cheryl Harris is well known in the Chicago area as a key supporter of diversity in our supply chain. And I think Cheryl's commitment to the WBDC is also reflected in the fact that she's co-chair of this year's annual conference. We also have the support of our CEO, Tom Wilson. Tom is also a very visible supporter of diversity, and he speaks each year at our Supplier Diversity Exchange. You also have the commitment of the buyers at Allstate. All of our buyers are required to include a qualified, certified, diverse business in every bid that goes out the door at Allstate, or explain why not, and they are all measured on that inclusion. And of course, a primary factor driving the growth over the years has been our relationship with the WBDC. We remain active with the WBDC because they have introduced us to some of our key suppliers. Not only suppliers that we do business with, but they've given us introductions to those suppliers that are part of our mentoring program and have also attended our exchange. And if you're interested in any more details about any of those programs, please visit us at allstate.com/procurement for complete details. We're going to continue our engagement with the WBDC because we know that active involvement with entrepreneurial women help fuel the supply chain and the economic engine that drives all of our local communities. We're great partners for the WBDC because our programs and our commitments are aligned. We are both committed to the accelerated growth of women's businesses. It's good for business at Allstate because we know that women's businesses are growing at 1.5 times the national average. And those are the types of business that we want to be involved with at Allstate to help give us a competitive edge out in the marketplace. And finally, I just want to say a few words about certification. At Allstate, as with many other corporations, we don't count you in our diversity statistics or engage you in our diversity programs unless you are certified. When a company comes to us and says that they have the WBANK certification, we know that they have met that gold standard. We know that that business is under the guidance of a qualified woman business owner. And we also know that that business is going to be qualified to expand and do even more for our corporation because they have the local guidance of the WBDC. So I encourage very much all of my corporate partners and all of the certified women businesses out there to become actively engaged with the WBDC in 2014. It has added tremendous value to Allstate. Thank you.
And thank you, Margaret. We truly appreciate the relationship with you, your team, and Allstate. And now I'd like to introduce you to one of the WBDC's most longstanding clients. And in case you didn't know it, the WBDC serves men. So I am delighted to introduce the founder and president of GUSCO, Gus Morales. Gus has spent countless hours with the WBDC counselors to sharpen his business skills. He has spent more than 90 hours with the WBDC Procurement Technical Assistance Team for support in every aspect of his business. Gus, welcome.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you very much. My name is Gus Morales. After many, many years of working as a foreman in a silicon company, I decided to open up my own silicon and rubber business. We produce gaskets, washers, grommets, hoses, anything that's made out of silicon or rubber. We produce for companies for like manufacture and for the food and beverage, aerospace. My company was founded in 2010. Just to name a few companies, like I said, after obtaining all the required certifications for that the industry requires, I was still facing the reality of not having enough customers, not having enough work. And it was then when I turned to WBDC for assistance. As a result of attending hundreds of hours, actually, for free consultation from PTAC counselors from WBDC, we finally landed 3 government contracts. When DCMA, which is a Defense Contract Management agency, came to our facility located in Aurora, the PTAC counselors from WBDC even came with me to our facility to let the government representatives know that I do have a very strong team helping me out, supporting me, and having my back with all contract and government jobs. As a founder of a GUSCO, and I'm very proud and very happy of what we've been accomplished in the last 3 years. I want to thank Frida Curry, a PTAC director from WBDC, and Joanne Hannigan, PTAC counselor, which, they've been helping me all the way through. We are very close. We are in the final stage of signing a very big contract, and which will mean more jobs, more work for our community. And I don't think I have enough words to thank WBDC. I want to thank you, all the supporters and everybody that in one way or another had helped Gusco to become a reality. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Gus, for sharing your story with everyone this afternoon. I'm sure you're going to inspire many other entrepreneurs out there in the marketplace. And now I'd like to introduce you to another WBDC client who is a certified WBE. For more than 3 decades, Victoria Rock, a certified WBE, has helped attorneys, government agencies, and corporate legal teams conduct the discovery portion of their cases by offering a full line of court reporting and litigation services, along with the value-added offerings such as videography, video conferencing, and trial presentation. No matter how complex, Vicki and her team have the talent and the tools to get the project completed. Her network provides nationwide and international capabilities. Thank you for being with us, Vicki.
Thank you, Cynthia. I'm Victoria Rock of Victoria Legal and Corporate Services. We provide court reporting, transcription, worldwide video conferencing, legal video, and most recently, website and event videography. I initially started my court reporting business in 1981, then purchased Victoria's transcription services in 1997, and then created VTS Consulting Services in 2009. Resource, compassion, educators, experts, and connectors are words that describe how I think about the WBDC Chicago team. Over the years, I have taken advantage of the benefits that WBDC has offered, but the most memorable event was last year when I received a letter from my bank. I had been with this bank since 2001 and had a professional relationship with their personal banking department. Yet, I received a form letter that stated in so many words that I no longer fit their profile and that they were not going to renew my line of credit on 2 loans that I had with them. I was devastated. How was I going to continue running my business without working capital? How was I going to pay back the outstanding balances of the 2 loans that I had with them? I felt like a loser. I didn't understand. I had made all my payments on a timely basis over the years, yet they were rejecting me. I knew that Amelia had been with Harris Bank for many years, so I contacted her looking for some type of explanation of why my bank would do this. Her team sat down with me, listened to my plight, explained some of the reasons that banks are taking different directions than before. Then they made some recommendations of banks who were aggressively seeking women-owned businesses and gave me understanding, direction, and renewed confidence to boldly seek another bank and/or financial institution to assist in the continued growth of my businesses. Today, with the guidance and introductions provided by WBDC, I have attained the capital to purchase additional equipment to enhance my video services and have reserves of funds for working capital to continue to grow and thrive my businesses. Their financial team gave me the support and confidence to go forward when I felt not good enough and a failure, and I was rejected by my bank. They counseled me on how to position myself and my companies for review by financial institutions. Thank you, WBDC, for your wonderful team of experts that create hope, confidence, care, professionalism, and success among us women business owners. God bless you.
Well, any day is a great day when you hear these wonderful stories like these about our clients' successes. With your ongoing support, we can continue to help create jobs, change lives, and build strong communities. Again, When communities flourish, we all flourish. In that spirit and to that end, the WBDC is committed to ensuring that we allocate our own contracts to women and minority-owned businesses. Every team member at the WBDC becomes a supplier diversity director when we are making purchasing decisions. For example, our videographer today, Vicki Rock, who you just heard speak about her own WBDC experience, is doing a great job today. To move our mission forward and continue to positively impact communities in our region, we have been executing our strategic plan, which we review and update annually. Our strategic plan has a few major components to it, and those areas of focus are making sure we continue to be relevant for our clients, infusing technology in everything that we do, providing access to capital, delivering our services to everyone in our region, and doing more with our community partners. Those outcomes, we believe, have been achieved and I hope that you see that in our financial performance in a very adverse economy. I hope it is an attestation to the soundness of the WBDC's plan. Today, before we end, I want to do a quick shout out. As we talk about technology, we're infusing it, as I said, in everything that we do. But it is because of the very, very generous in-kind contribution of CDW and Lenovo that we have 35 new Lenovo ThinkPads at the center with the most current operating system and software. Thank you, Microsoft. Additionally, we have received 3 new flat screens to be used for workshops and group meetings. We now have a wireless microphone and an additional projector to ensure that our clients can better hear and see in large training sessions. And we, believe it or not, have an interactive whiteboard now to provide cutting-edge training. So thank you again, CDW, Lenovo, and Microsoft. There is tremendous opportunity to more efficiently deliver programs and services that are needed and have economic impact for women business owners as we move forward with our strategic plan. We thank you, our funders and our stakeholders, for the support you continue to provide. The WBDC board and staff commit to you to continue to foster the financial health and expansion of the WBDC to further serve clients. Thank you for your commitment to our clients and for the time you have spent with us today. We, unfortunately, do not have time to answer your questions at this time. We will answer all of your questions via email. And for now, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Georgia Marsh.
Well, I want to thank you, Amelia, and I want to thank all of the speakers today, and especially our clients who have taken time away from their businesses and also have written their own remarks. I think they were all incredible. The WBDC has survived and thrived throughout the past 28 years because of your assistance. Your investments have been very critical to us, but also has been the fact that you have volunteered as subject matter experts, as thought leaders, on our certification committee, as mentored. You are really the fabric of the WBDC, and we hope that we will continue having you be part of the fabric of the WBDC as we work with our clients to help them establish and grow sustainable, profitable small businesses that create jobs, fuel economic growth, and build strong communities. And remember, your growth is our business. Thank you so much for being with us today. Have a great rest of your day.